Imagine this. You've poured your savings, your dreams into what you thought was a golden opportunity. Then overnight it vanishes. This wasn't a dream, but a harsh reality for countless Nigerians as CBEX, a supposed cryptocurrency investment platform, imploded. In just 9 months, an estimated 1.3 trillion naira, that's right, trillion, vanished into thin air. Families shattered, dreams turned to dust. The CBEX saga is a stark reminder of the devastating power of greed and the importance of vigilance in an age of get-rich-quick schemes. This wasn't just about lost money, it was about broken trust. Many Nigerians, eager for a way to secure their future, were lured by CBEX's promises of unbelievably high returns. 100% profit in just 30 days. It seemed too good to be true, and well, it was. But the allure of easy money, coupled with a clever marketing strategy that mirrored legitimate platforms, proved irresistible to many. How could this happen? How did CBEX, a seemingly reputable platform, manage to pull the wool over the eyes of so many? The answer lies in a potent mix of deception, manipulation, and the age-old human weakness, greed. This is the story of CBEX, a cautionary tale of financial fraud that shook Nigeria to its core. CBEX burst onto the scene in July 2024, promising a fast track to wealth through cryptocurrency investments. Their website was slick, their language convincing, mimicking established platforms like Bybit to appear legitimate. They even had physical offices, lending an air of credibility that snared many unsuspecting victims. But CBEX's true genius lay in its exploitation of community and trust. They weaponized the very Nigerian spirit of kinship, using a referral system that rewarded existing investors for bringing in new blood. Friends told friends, family members convinced each other, the promise of easy money weaving a web of deceit that spread like wildfire. The lure of quick riches was amplified by testimonials from early investors, flashing their supposed earnings on social media. These success stories, often fabricated or exaggerated, created a powerful illusion of legitimacy, pulling more and more people into the trap. But beneath the veneer of sophistication and success lurked a sinister reality. CBEX wasn't investing the money entrusted to them. They were using it to pay off older investors and line their own pockets. It was a classic Ponzi scheme, destined to collapse the moment the influx of new money slowed down. The cracks in CBEX's facade began to show soon enough. Whispers of delayed payments and difficulties in withdrawing funds started circulating on social media. By April 2025, the whispers had turned into a roar. On April 9th, concerns about CBEX being a Ponzi scheme flooded social media platforms. Panic began to set in. Then, on April 11th, the inevitable happened. Users reported widespread difficulties in withdrawing their funds. The house of cards was collapsing. 2 days later, on April 15th, the CBEX platform crashed completely, taking with it the hopes and dreams of countless Nigerians. Investors, desperate to recover their money, stormed CBEX offices in Ibadan and Lagos, only to find them deserted. In a last-ditch attempt to squeeze more money out of their victims, CBEX introduced a verification fee, claiming it was necessary to unlock frozen funds. But it was too late. The jig was up. CBEX had vanished, leaving a trail of financial devastation in its wake. The collapse of CBEX sent shockwaves through Nigeria. The Securities and Exchange Commission, confirming that CBEX was operating illegally, launched an investigation. The newly enacted Investment and Securities Act 2025 now carries a hefty penalty for such fraud, a 10-year jail term and a 40 million naira fine. But the scars of CBEX run deep. This wasn't the first time Nigerians had fallen prey to such schemes. Remember in 2016? It's a painful reminder that the allure of easy money can blind us to even the most obvious red flags. So what lessons can we learn from this devastating episode? First, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Second, always do your research before investing, especially online. Third, be wary of platforms that promise unrealistic returns or rely heavily on referrals. And finally, remember that legitimate investments take time and patience. There are no shortcuts to wealth. The fight against financial fraud requires a collective effort. We must be vigilant, educate ourselves and our loved ones, and report suspicious schemes to the authorities. Only then can we prevent another CBEX from happening again.